Rolling down the boulevard in the speedboat Corvette, like a tail on a tornado ring to promise soaked in sweat. One hand on the glass pipe, the other on the wheel. Devil riding shotgun, singing, boy, let's make a deal.
This is Groundless, a Justified podcast. This is a podcast where we watch every episode of Justified and then come on here and talk about it. I'm Chris. That man is Randy.
And we are back.
We are back. This is we're gonna have to see if we can remember how to do this. We were just discussing before we came on that we haven't done because we've been kind of parceling out the episodes, as you guys have known, who are listeners. We haven't really recorded a main Groundless episode for the original season of Justified since May. So we're a little rusty at this. So we'll see if we can pick back up where we left off. But
I can barely talk as it is.
I know. Trying to keep it straight. So so season 6, episode 5, Sounding is the episode we're here to discuss this week. That episode originally aired February 17th, 2015. And our synopsis: when Ava makes a drastic decision, Raylan turns to an old friend for help. A suspicious Duffy looks into Ava's release from prison. Written by Dave Andren and Leonard Chang. And so Leonard Chang, this is his first writing credit on Justified. And he is a producer on Justified, also a producer on Snowfall. He only has 3 writing credits to his name, but obviously a production partner of Dave Andren, who was a producer on Snowfall as well, and is, of course, one of the producers of Justified City Primeval. And then John Avnet, who we've had multiple times as a director, is the director of this episode. Some of our guest stars this week. Let's talk about them. So one of them that we haven't talked about, and he's been in 20 episodes of the show or whatever, is Carl, Justin Wellborn. So one of Boyd's gang. He has been in a bunch of stuff. Some of it you might have seen. He was in iCarly. Hilariously, his character is just credited as Con Man. And then he was in The Final Destination, which is the 2009 Final Destination reboot movie. And he's hilariously credited in that as racist. so
they don't even want to give him a name.
He doesn't even get a name. He's just racist and con man. He was in the TV series Godless, which is I haven't seen. I've heard mixed sort of reviews on it, but I do want to check it out. It's about it's a Western, and the town is run by women, is what I have gathered from what I've seen.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
no, I
don't. And then also he was in Sharp Objects, which is the Amy Adams miniseries that was on HBO. It's not bad. It's pretty good. So that's Justin Wellborn, rather. And then Jeff Fahey, who is Zachariah. And Zachariah has been in a bunch of stuff. You've probably seen him in Lost. He was the pilot in Lost, if you remember that. He was in a TV show back in the 80s called The Marshal. And he played a character named Deputy Marshal Winston McBride. And that show ran for a full season. It was 25 episodes back then. That was what a season of a TV show was. and also on that show, Miguel Sandoval, who was in Jurassic Park and Get Shorty and Blow and lots of other stuff. But I thought that was interesting. And then he's been in lots of movies too. Most of them rated around 3 to 4 stars on IMDb. A lot of straight to video, straight to streaming sort of releases in his catalog. But a few of the things that I recognize that he's been in: Alita Battle Angel, which was that
was a good movie.
It was a good movie. That's too bad that it didn't get any traction, because I know Cameron wanted to make more of those. So, and then go ahead.
I was just gonna say because I just watched that maybe a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I hadn't seen it. It's definitely worth a watch. And not even if you're it's just like a good film.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't even have to be an anime fan, because I'm not particularly an anime fan, but I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a bummer that it didn't do better at the theater.
It didn't really make that enough money to. Well, I mean, I guess that what was that Avatar? You had to wait like 20 years to make the second one.
Yeah, he might make a second one 20 years from now. Maybe it'll become a cult classic or something, and we'll pick it up. But
damn it, Cameron.
Fahey also in From Dusk Till Dawn, the TV series that came out a few years back. Under the Dome. Workaholics, which is one of my favorite comedies on Comedy Central. Great, funny show with Adam Devine. So check that out. He's credits all the way back to 1982, so he's been acting for quite a long time.
Yeah, he was in Miami Vice.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
I didn't notice that. Okay, cool.
Well, he was just like a guest star sort of thing. I just but he was the one who destroyed the Ferrari. Yeah, he destroyed that. Remember that black convertible, the black Ferrari?
Yeah.
It wasn't even a real Ferrari. It was like it was
like a kit car or something.
Yeah. But he was the guy there who did that. And then that's how he ended up getting the Testarossa later.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was just watching. That guy Doug DeMuro, right? We've talked about him before. He bought a Countach.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh man,
he did. So go check out his videos if you get a chance. That's Doug DeMuro. Any of you who are car enthusiasts, you probably know who he is. But he just recently sold a business that he has, and so he bought a Carrera GT earlier this year, and his other dream car now a Countach he bought just in the last month or so. So
those are
it's $2 million worth of cars in a very short period of time.
Those are badass though.
Yeah,
those are the ones that you had like next to the Farrah Fawcett poster. Yep. You'd have the Lamborghini Countach.
Yeah, exactly. The benefits of a higher education or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
And he got it the white on white too, so it's the white with the giant fin on the back and the white block wheels. It looks amazing. It's straight out of the poster. It's
that's
amazing.
Hilarious. I have to go check that out. Doug
He's
DeMuro,
so excited about it.
Yeah, I would be too.
So yeah, all right. Well, so that gets us through our episode basics, which means it's time to take a quick trip back to the week of February 17th, 2015, and see what was going on in popular culture at the time.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
We did indeed. And our number one movie, we have a new number one movie this week. 50 Shades of Grey is our new number one movie in 2015. So that was now 8 years ago that 50 Shades of Grey came out.
Jesus.
That movie made $106 million its first week in the box office.
I think they made like 3 or 4 of those.
They did. They made 3 of them. Yeah. Yep.
Jeez.
They made 3 books, 3 movies. And they made like $1 billion on those things. So,
wow.
Good for them.
Yeah, I can't say I ever watched it, but
good for them for like something that started out as a poorly or basically not edited fan fiction.
I know, exactly. See, there's hope for me.
Exactly. That's right. Your OC fan fiction
that's right.
could eventually get made into a movie. That relationship between never mind.
Well, you're gonna go with the relationship between
Jimmy Cooper and Summer Roberts. Yes.
That's one franchise I would totally watch. That's what our next thing is gonna be, though. We're gonna do like some episodes of the OC. Maybe.
We're gonna do something like that. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. I still think it would be so much work to do, but I think there's something to like a Succession / Ozark / Arrested Development, or not. I'm sorry, not Ozark. Succession / Arrested Development / Righteous Gemstones, because they're all basically the same show. There's just
awesome.
so much comparative there. It's great. But and then our number one top 40 song is the same this week. It's Uptown Funk, and it's 6th week on the charts. But we have a couple other notables that I just wanted to mention here because, Taylor Swift, as we know, is the queen of all media.
And the NFL.
And the NFL. Yeah, all media. All things. She's the pop culture queen right now in our world. And Blank Space, which is one of her bigger hits, I think, is on the charts right now below Uptown Funk, along with the Sam Smith song Stay With Me and the Meghan Trainor song All About That Bass. And Meghan Trainor, of course, is Rob Schneider's daughter.
Yeah,
did you know that?
Rob No, it's not Meghan Trainor. It's somebody else. It's the girl who does. Shoot, it's not Meghan Trainor though. It's no. It's a singer and she sings. What the hell is that? Because I was just listening to it. Give me a second.
Oh, Elle King. You're right. Yeah, X's and O's. That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
You're
that's the
absolutely
one.
right. Yeah, I got him confused. Yep, that's me.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. That prevents a correction segment next week.
Like a dozen people go, yeah, you messed up.
got it wrong. Yep.
She does a good cover. Actually, Elle King, she does a good cover of American Girl. By,
really? By Tom Petty?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
cool.
good.
I'll check that out. I don't mind her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course we have our lesser known organized crime story this week. And tell me if any of this sounds familiar to you after I tell you this story. So our organized crime story this week takes place in New York. It's led by Rabbi Mendel Epstein. And this gang, what they would do is they would help women, Orthodox Jewish women, obtain a divorce from their reluctant husbands. And so basically what would happen is they would collect about $60,000 from the aggrieved wife. And then they would kidnap, hold, and beat the husband, sometimes using a cattle prod. I thought that was relevant for this episode. Until they agreed to give the wife a get, which is a divorce. A get is what they call it in Orthodox. And he got convicted of this in the mid 2010s. So this was right around the time that this episode aired, is about when he was on trial for this, along with 10 others. He eventually got 10 years in jail for this scheme he was running, along with his gang. Did any of that sound familiar to you?
I mean, I was thought you knew with the Sopranos plot line.
That's exactly right. It's an exact copy of the Sopranos plot line. You know, there's an episode of the Sopranos from season 2, I think. It's season 1 or season 2, where Tony is a partners with a hotel owner who happens to be an Orthodox Jew and needs a divorce. His daughter needs a divorce from his terrible son-in-law. And Tony's guys kidnap and beat the husband in an attempt to get the divorce from him, and he ends up holding out on the beating. Remember, they're amazed at how tough he is.
Yeah.
But I thought that was great. I wonder if this Rabbi Epstein, if he was inspired by that episode of Sopranos, because this happened like 10 years later. So you have to imagine he saw that episode and was like, hey, that seems like a really good idea.
That's a good racket. Huh?
Which feels like taking the wrong message away from the Sopranos, if you ask me. These are a bunch of cool guys. I want to do what they're doing.
I'm thinking that the Sopranos probably like have seen that or heard it and tried to write it in, and it's just like an ongoing thing. Because who among us doesn't want to get a divorce? Right?
That's right. We need to make sure that our spouse is kidnapped and beaten to give it to us.
To ensure compliance.
That's right. Don't hold me hostage in this marriage any longer. Sign the paperwork.
Sign up.
So that's our lesser known organized crime story of the week, the Orthodox Jewish coerced divorce gang. I wish they had had a better name for it, but they didn't really have one. They called him the prod father, and I'm not sure what that means.